rock and roll.
I know.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the Daily Alien Morning Show. I'm your host, the amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me. My co-host Brian is in the back distracting me because she's mean. But she's here and we're going to talk some sci-fi. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to stay on the sci-fi track today. I know there's still a lot going on out in the world. We did all of that out in that world yesterday. I'm actually going to drop a video after this that is involved with all that world. So we'll, that's there. But right now we've been planning Sci-Fi Friday for a week now, and I want to enjoy it. So we're going to enjoy it. So we'll be back in just a minute, and we're going to kick off the show. Un moment, mon ami. Two great races have controlled the destiny of mankind since the dawn of time. The Quetzal reign over hell, while the Golden Horde reign over the heavens. And mankind, oblivious and unaware, is caught in the middle. Well, my name is Fox, and that's all about to change. It's a serious thing. Well, hello, more. All right, so that was the only thing I have really. I got one other that's sci-fi related, so that's what we got. Let me bring on Miss Ryan. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
How's it going today?
So I kind of interrupted this morning. I was getting really excited.
No, yeah, I know. She's so excited for the Star Trek, the Trek of Stars.
Let's go.
Good morning, Captain Dave. Sometimes I just cram it all in here. So good morning, everyone. We'll get to that just a second. Ryan, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Are you ready for some sci-fi? Some sci-fi. Every now and then we talk about it on the show, but there's that specter of lurking above us going, no sci-fi talk, enough sci-fi talk. But that specter is not there today. So, well, they may be there, but we're not listening to that specter today. Did you use
the Flanagan product?
God Be Gone, I think was that what we?
Oh,
yeah,
okay, see, it really works.
May work. Anybody who's put off by, vaginal blood, probably.
I have some of that right now, so I'm probably keeping them at bay.
Bragging.
Sorry, guys. It's just reality here.
For 25 viewers, 23 viewers, 20 viewers. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Let me say hi to Equus, Frijoles Frios. Good morning. Cool name. Cold Beans. Dave, how you doing? Says Cold Beans. Secular Feelingness. I got Reddit warning for liking posts commenting about that shit weasel dying. We're not going to talk about that shit weasel today. I'm going to try not to. We're going to try really hard, okay? So I'm going to find my center. I'm not going to let the mean people on the right make me mean today. That's for after the show. Probably 11 o'clock. I'm going to drop a video. Be there or be square. But today we're talking sci-fi. So the question of the day is, do you like Star Trek? And the answer questions are either yes and why not? And yes and yes and yes. Let me pop over here. Okay, so sci-fi rules. We've got a little poll going here. Sci-fi rules. Let's see. It has had 27 votes. I'm looking at that new poll. I don't know where to look. 27 votes. Yes, sci-fi rules. Live long and prosper. 74%. 3/4 of our viewers. Not my thing really, but it's okay. And when I say sci-fi, I'm talking about all kinds of things like sci-fi, fantasy, anything that's just not straight. So it can be other things. So I just want y'all to know that before you think. And then we also have no, I won't watch if sci-fi related. So there's 4% of the people, probably, I think that's like one vote so far, have said that they would not watch if it were sci-fi related. And that's okay. I appreciate everybody's opinion. You can have it. I mean, love you.
we have empathy here and compassion. We understand that you're not as smart as us. It's okay. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
That's how we see it. Good morning, everybody.
That was really a joke. I hope you guys know that.
Slightly a joke. Good morning, Big Zebra. Thank you for joining us. Left-Handed Jedi is here. A lot of wonderful people. Lisa for Truth, how are you doing today? Chick Magnate is here wearing a red shirt. Aren't you worried about making it through the show? Yes. In this day and age, yes. Let's see. Clam. That's That's new.
Oh, clam.
I'm not familiar with clam.
Jam out with your clam out.
Yeah, right. Rock out with your cock out. I don't know how that goes, really. I mean, I don't have any chickens. So, Big Zebra, sci-fi question. In the future, will people own as many dogs as Chris? In the future, actually, here's the way it'll go. I'll have all the dogs. And the way it'll work is if you would like a dog, it'll be like a comfort animal, and you'll have to come rent it from me.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
You could just have like a big petting zoo.
That's genius. We'll call it Oklahoma.
Just charge the entrance fee because people driving in and crossing.
No. What you do in Oklahoma is you charge an exit fee. That's what you do in Oklahoma.
Oh, you come in. Come on in.
Yeah, you never leave on the entrance fees.
This is like the Hotel California.
Very true. Robot Dog says Steve C. Steve C, we disagreed on things yesterday, but I would be curious to know how you feel about sci-fi in general, Star Trek in specific, if you're into that sort of thing. Do you have a specific... Now, I have a list of questions that I'm going to be asking Ryan. So as we go over those questions that I asked Ryan, rather than, we all just kind of shout out one thing at a time, hey, do you like Star Trek? Yeah, I like this level. I'm going to ask her. And as I ask her these questions, chat, if you don't mind, let us know which one you go with. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a quick start real quick so we get an idea of how this is gonna work. Question numero uno, the broad shot. Okay. So we'll respond with the broad shot, but try not to go into any details because I got other questions that correspond with details. Okay. So you'll see what I mean. Here we go. You pick this up. Which series is your favorite? Okay, so which of the Star Trek series so far, which is your favorite? My friends in the chat, if you will vote for us and let us know which, I don't know, there's no voting, just put it in there. Oh, I love the Steve C, the new Foundation series. I really enjoy.
Discovery.
Discovery?
No, not Discovery. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Not Discovery. No, not Discovery. Janeway.
Well, Voyager.
Voyager. My gosh.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness, where's the bouncer button? Eject. That's why we need a producer. Okay, so let's see. We got now. All right. So I wanted to mention to Steve C. I'm really loving the new Foundation. I'm old enough to where I read some of the older books back in the day, and I don't have a stick up my ass, and I'm not going to complain that the new series doesn't go along with the books. A lot of the main characters in the new series are women who were actually men back in the old books, for example. A lot of people don't like that. There's emperors in this new series that are not in the old books. People don't like that, but set that aside, man. It is a wonderful series. Ryan, I'm going to recommend you watch it. Now we're on season 3, and I want to say this. I don't normally say this about any show. We're on season 3, and you know how you watch a sci-fi show, and matter of fact, I'm going to ask you questions. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a least favorite? On Foundation, there are no. I have not experienced personally. So this is subjective. A bad episode. They are all like really, really, really good. It's just and it's really good. So enjoy. I look for they're dropping their last episode of episode 3 tonight, and me and the evil one cannot wait. Normally we watch 2 a night. Last night we watched only 1, which was and we're like, can we watch the next one? No, we could not. Damn it. So it's really good stuff. But back to the Star Trek. Tom Baker is the Doctor. Well, those are things too. We'll get to those things as well. We'll actually I plan on having shows for those things on our Sci-Fi Friday. So let me see here. Oh, Nitty is here again. Nitty, good morning. Glad to see you back. What does God need with a Charlie? I don't know. The one with Patrick as Picard. Sir Patrick as Picard. Okay, well, there's 2 of them. The old one or the new one, Gary? Are you talking about the old one with Patrick as Picard or the new one with Patrick as Picard? Hook us up and let us know. Nice to see you again, Mr. Nitty. Mr. Nitty, do you get called Mr. Nitty very often?
Senor Nitty.
It does have it has a ring to it. Good morning, Nitty. Equus, let's see. Frijoles says no Trek without Spock and Kirk. Good. Some people are really okay.
I mean, there's a few of them that have Spock and Kirk.
Right. So that's a good point. none of them that don't have them is kind of, that means Deep Space Nine, Voyager, the new cartoon series, none of those, any of those are not quality. I get it. I understand. Those are your favorites. He says, I'll take Mr. Nitty. They call me Mr. Nitty. Mr. Tibbs. Y'all remember Mr. Tibbs? Jerry Ryan got me into Voyager, says Geo Sam. Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9.
Oh, okay.
Yes, 7 of 9. The old one, Gary Priestley says, okay, so is the old Picard. So that would be the TNG, the Next Generation.
Okay.
That's kind of my favorite. The way I do it, actually, the way I feel about it is that the Next Generation Voyager and Deep Space Nine, in my mind, are one group. They're very similar. They're so similar that they're just one group in my head. You've seen Voyager and the Next Generation, they all wear the same outfits. It's just the same thing, just on a different ship. The other ones kind of change a lot. You go back to Enterprise. Enterprise, as you know, is like a stark different color. The whole scene is different. It's just different. Same thing with all the rest of them. So Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and the Next Generation, I would call those my favorite. That's the TNG generation. If I had to choose between those, I would say Deep Space Nine, Voyager, then TNG, in that order.
Okay.
I mean, I love a lot of sci-fi, and Deep Space Nine is one of my absolute favorites. You just haven't gotten there yet. I know you guys.
I know, and I keep telling and he said, but we will at some point. Well, maybe after this, I don't know, but we will definitely watch it.
Get that, there's some, in the especially in the beginning, some things. Yes, you must in order to get all of your Star Trek deltas.
Oh, okay, yeah, I need that.
Yeah, you gotta have that. You gotta have that. So let me go back over here for. Gotta have that.
I couldn't be in Girl Scouts, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't get patches and stuff like that. I wasn't allowed to be.
That's right.
Because it's like a Christian organization, but and it's worldly people. But this,
gotcha. This is different.
Mm-hmm.
You can do this. I got you. Gary Priestley, do you get dressed up and go to conventions? No, not yet. We would love to. I think the only thing stopping us from doing that is just like the financial security to do that. Right now we're just kind of getting things going so we can be able to do that in the next few years. But we have gone on 2 Star Trek cruises. The first one we loved. It was wonderful. It was in the Bahamas. We got to see like Star Trek actors and share elevators with Q and stuff like that. The second one was down the Mexican coast in the winter, and it was not as fun, and it was cold. The Baja, California kind of thing. I mean, it's pretty on the eyes, cold on the body, not what so it was not the same fun experience as the first.
Do you think the actors enjoy going on the cruises and stuff?
I think they do. I tell you what, if you go watch on the internet, you can find lots of clips and videos that people take of them on the cruise. So when the cruise starts, whenever the day it all starts and everybody loads up on the cruise, you check in and all that business, and then everybody goes up top. And the actors all come out one at a time, and they introduce them, and everybody cheers and they wave. Heck, this last time, the guy who plays Dr. Phlox in Enterprise, he was just lit. He stumbled his way. He was already drunk before the thing even started. He actually, John Billingsley is his name, and he officiated our wedding. We renewed our vows on that cruise, and he did that for us.
That's cool.
John Delancey is an awesome actor. I've met him in person a couple times. Very cool guy. Breaking news: our malevolent orange overlord has claimed that the Charlie Kirk suspect is in custody. That's what I heard. I don't want to talk about that today, though. Right? We'll talk about that maybe Monday. We're just going to skip this today. Well, I just do want to mention that I heard yesterday that they found bullet casings bullets. He had bullets with anti-trans stuff. On the bottom, this is what I've heard. On the bottom of the bullet there, it says TRN. That's actually a stamp from the manufacturer. That's a Turkish manufacturer. And that's just a stamp from the man. And they're thinking that they're claiming that's trans. That's so stupid.
That's why an FBI agent came out and said, like, that's not confirmed. Like, they're misunderstanding it. Okay. Now I get why they're misunderstanding the evidence. Okay.
Yeah. So now we're gonna tell that Charlie Kirk business to speak to the hand. Speak to the hand, and we're gonna go on with our sci-fi. We're gonna go on with our sci-fi. So now So you said Voyager was your favorite?
Voyager, and I do love Mike Picard. I really have to say,
Picard is good.
Yeah, and I really love number 1 too. He's probably one of my favorite number 1s.
Wait. Nope. We don't talk about that yet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's a whole different question.
So basically, I would say Janeway, and then he's just coming in. He's just
okay. That's excellent. I was actually, my next technical question was going to kind of just tag along, be asked you to put them in order, but you kind of did Voyager. We'll just do your top 5. If you were going to be stuck on an island and you had to pick top 5, of course, there's not a lot of them. What order would they go? Voyager.
Then the Next Generation.
TNG. Oh, wait, no, you said Picard, then TNG, Picard.
No, no. I'm sorry. I meant I just like Picard. I would say the Next Generation, then maybe.
Oh, I get you. So Picard.
My bad. I forgot there was it was called Picard, like Jiminy Christmas.
I get you. It's tricky, isn't it? So you got Voyager, right now you got Voyager and the Next Generation. Then I guess, yeah.
And maybe Picard. And then Strange New World.
Oh, good one.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's good. We enjoy it too.
And what do I have left? I only have Discovery.
Enterprise and Discovery.
Oh. Oof. That's so hard, man.
Let's not count the cartoons.
Enterprise is just so
Enterprise, and then it's rough.
It was so hard. It was rough. It was really, really rough for me, especially after the come down of watching like Picard and Janeway. Yes. Like that was just like a whole new show.
And you know, one of the things that gets me about that particular series. No, we're going to get to captains. So we'll talk about that a little bit. I'll get you. Okay, as far as shows go, that's great. I don't know. We may run long today. I have questions. And she'll be like, I got to go. I'm like, no, lady, I got questions. Anyway, all right. So we're going to go Enterprise and then Discovery. Okay, is that your order? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't let you finish. You were just saying it was so hard to get through. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I might put Enterprise last and put Discovery before that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's all I've seen, I believe, thus far.
Yes, so far. I think that's it. So we're going to go Discovery, and then you said Enterprise for the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So now, if you don't mind, folks in the chat, if you can, if it's not too much trouble, put us a little list of which one is your favorite down to the bottom. Mine would be Deep Space Nine, Voyager, TNG, if I had to include those as separates, Strange New Worlds, Picard, Enterprise, and then Discovery. Yeah. And I'm with you on the Enterprise, and we'll get to I tell you what, we're done with the which series part
ranking
next. So let's slide on into the captains part of the show. Okay. Here we go. Whoa, we have a super chat. Secular Feeling has donated $2 and said, how did Picard find the Borg? The Q-tip. All the way in.
OMQ.
Thank you for the super chat. All right. Pardon me. It's okay. Okay, so our next question is, who is your favorite captain? We're going to do with favorite and then least favorite, obviously. We might even, we'll rank them. We're going to rank captains because we're bad people. Who is your favorite Control V? Because I'm actually writing this down. I'm going to hold it.
Oh, this is so hard. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think I just have to go with Janeway.
Favorite captain is Janeway.
Yeah.
Now you're not being sexist, are you?
I know.
It's actually sexist of me to ask that. I'm sorry.
No, my thing where I'm having trouble is because some of the captains had completely different scenarios. Like, is it fair to judge Archer by Janeway's standards when he's on a whole completely new world and different?
Yeah.
Playing
Archer
field?
found, yes.
You know what I mean? Like, am I being too hard on this emotional bastard when he's like the first dude doing things that like humankind's never done? Janeway's got lots of years of history to kind of look back and.
That is true. But, here's the deal. If we're going to talk captains, I've got the list in, and I love Scott Bakula. And Janeway's one of my favorite captains too. I love Janeway. Voyager's one of my favorite series. But Scott Bakula, his character,
make it so.
Archer, then the first season, he's kind of a little reasonable, but he's always trying to push his values and their ideas on everybody else. It's just constant.
Agree with that.
And then by this third season and the fourth season, he's just a pacing, angry. Every experience, they go, well, what are we going to do? We're going to have to do this, and yeah, everything. It was horrible. And I didn't personally like the ending. I love Jonathan Frakes. I just I didn't care for the notion that how much of the show did you just watch was actually real, and how much was not real.
Oh, that's right.
Because they ended it in a damn Jonathan Frakes is the cook. Now, we never did see the cook throughout the show. And I thought that was kind of a really cool premise. It would have been a cool premise for a one-off episode.
Yeah.
For one of the other shows, I don't know. But
was the whole thing series, just a replay? Yeah, that's kind of wild. And I think that was the part that kind of made me like it. I was like, that was probably the one intriguing thing that made me go, was I foiled the whole time?
Mm-hmm. Secular Feelinist asks, was Sisko a captain? He hung out on the spaceship. Sisko was the commander of Deep Space Nine until he was raised up to captain, and then he was given the Defiant, and he was the captain of the Defiant until it was given to Worf. At that point, Sisko was raised up to a fleet commander, and they were in the war with the Dominion. And that's one of the episodes where, you've seen some Star Trek battles, but this is where they come up, they roll up, and they got like a ragtag fleet of deep space of Starfleet ships, but there's like 1,200 of them, lots of Starfleet ships, and they roll up and they're outnumbered like 3-1 against Dominion ships, and you see these two huge fleets go against each other. It's fantastic. It's one of the first fully computer generated, and it's just wonderful, fantastic. And at that point, he had already gone beyond a captain, like beyond greed. That's a Quark quote. So there is nothing beyond greed, according to Quark. But see, so that's why Sisko really is my favorite captain. Watching him go through all that. Okay. Of course, I had some okay, all right. I got to, that's not right.
You liked Homegirl, didn't you? You liked the, what's her name? With the earring, that girl? No, from the what's her name? The ones who wear the earring.
The Bajoran woman. Yeah.
Bajoran. Okay, I thought you were. Okay.
But no. If I had, I misspoke. Really, I said Sisko was my favorite captain. But you were saying earlier, it really depends on circumstances. If I knew what circumstances I was going to go into, I'd know which captain I'd want to go into those circumstances with.
Yeah.
Yes, and none of them would be Jonathan Archer. None of them would be Jonathan. I would take Michael Burnham before I took Jonathan Archer. And
absolutely. Because she's going to fucking survive.
Yeah, she's going to do stuff. She's not just going to sit there and pace back and forth angrily.
There's going to be like an Ex Machina thing happening or something. Right. Like she's not dying.
She may whisper through half the show, and there may be a lot of tears. But Scott Bakula pacing back and forth and being angry, that's a bad representation.
That would get me. That would piss me off.
Anyway, Kelly Laughlin asks, why did the Klingon cross the road to conquer the other side? Good point. Burnham has infinite plot armor. Good point, Brent. Good point. So I guess it'd be tough, man. But really, it'd be the same three. It'd be Janeway. I love Janeway. Janeway went through things that would have collapsed Jonathan Archer into a pool of tears. He would have been lying in the fetal position on the floor, crying like a baby, like a hungry, angry baby.
Yeah.
Like 3 episodes into Voyager, if he were the captain.
Absolutely. Agree with that. Can concur. That's what I love about Janeway is just that, like, she was always level-headed. At least in my mind, she was always level-headed.
I feel, based on my feeling of the show, like she and Picard are very exemplative of what it is to be a Starfleet captain, and we get to see 2 different examples of how they react. That same character type would react in 2 different circumstances. Mm-hmm. Wow, Janeway's fantastic. I love me some Janeway. So it's really hard. I can't really say I have a favorite captain. Picard was my, I was raised up with TNG and love him, and he's wonderful, and
Yeah, and I didn't even rank Kirk in there anyway.
We forgot about original. Kirk, didn't we? I know. Sorry, Kirk. James T. Kirk, if you're watching.
Oops.
Oops. Muttley Von Erich says, rewatching DS9 for the first time since leaving religion. Kira is annoying AF. As a theist, I cringe at all the religions. Same thing for Chakotay. You know, me too. With Chakotay was weird. It was like they were being, if you know about this, the producers of the show were being misled by a white guy who was pretending to be an Indian expert and telling them all this crap. And that was part of what was going on with Chakotay. But one of the things that I agree with on the Deep Space Nine is, especially in the beginning, there's this religious thing. There's this religion side to it. But it's only religious to the Bajorans. To everybody else, there's clear scientific reasons for it. Even Cisco knows there's clear scientific reasons. They call them wormhole aliens. Sure, they're prophets, and they know this and this and this, but they're certainly not gods. They only rule Bajor, just Bajor. Mm-hmm. There's no notion in any Starfleet officer that these people are gods at all. They're just like, they're aliens who live in a wormhole because of the nature of wormhole and science and blah, blah, blah. They know time differently. And therefore, it's a lot of that. It's nothing to do with religion. But like I said, the Bajorans believe in it. So we would think of them as like, you know, disembodied, you know, spirit creatures, like humans who evolved and then evolved to an energy level. That's kind of more what they are.
Yeah.
Than gods. Like Q, kind of like Q. In a way. Kelly Laughlin broke a shoelace. That's what you get, Kelly.
Oops.
I know.
How you do that, bruh?
Oh, what are you doing? He never liked the whole Chakotay character. You know, I have to say Chakotay was never my favorite either. Chipotle. And you know, I like the actor who played Neelix. I didn't like Neelix very well.
Oh my God. Don't talk about Neelix.
I remember on a rewatch, because it had been a long time since I seen the series the first time. On a rewatch, I was like, I knew he left the show. And I'm like, I can't wait for this motherfucker to get off this show. Every episode that focused on him, I was like, oh, this is painful. And then you know what? It's the next to the last episode. It's all the way through the whole show. And I was, damn it. I was talking to this one guy. I don't remember who it was. And he was talking. He like, he hit me up at a grocery store. This old guy, he saw one of my Star Trek shirts in a grocery store in the vegetable department. Just rolls up on his little thing, you know, and he just started talking to me, and he told me his favorite characters were of all of Star Trek, Chakotay and Neelix. I'm like, this man is not on the same. We're not the same. We don't think the same. If your favorite characters are Neelix and Chakotay, our brains are not wired differently.
Yeah,
Harcourt Fenton Mudd.
Just one thing about Neelix. I don't know, or unless you have another place we're going to talk about Neelix.
Oh no, let's go ahead and talk about Neelix. Okay, let's do this. Let's knock it out.
One thing that I thought was really funny, or at least between me and my hubs anyway, is like, you know, we had absolute disdain for that character. And so one time, I don't know, either they're passing a bottle of something around or whatever, and Neelix takes the bottle. Like, you know how like bottles are like this? Well, he takes the bottle and he puts his whole mouth around the bottle and he drinks. And me and my husband, like, I mean, if you drink like that, that's fine. But like, we don't drink like that because it produces backwash when you drink like that. Yes. And so me and my husband, like, we both looked at each other. We were just like, absolutely not. Absolutely disgusted. Nope. Like now we hate him even more. The hatred just goes so deep for this guy now.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even know how to drink.
The unneeded jealousy, the possessiveness with Cass, that whole business was just, I mean, you could get it to a degree, but then he just wouldn't, no matter what she did, it just kept going on and going on and going on. I didn't actually particularly care so much for the Cass character. Of course I don't, you know, it wasn't there. They didn't ride her long enough. She had such a short life cycle that there's no way she's going to make it through a whole show.
And the ways that I mean, I guess it was just her race or whatever, but the way that she spoke sometimes just annoyed me because it was just always so soft. And whenever she would come into the room, and it would be a very big thing, tragedy happening, but this is how she would talk about it.
Yeah. She had this a very deep voice for a woman.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. It was kind of she had a very deep voice Go listen, very deep voice. And then whenever oh my goodness, whenever, and I'm sorry, Miss Lady, if you're watching, I apologize, but whenever the 8642, 874, what are they called? Species 86.
Oh, Yeah,
8742, species 8742. Whenever they showed up and they started reading in her mind and she starts screaming, that is a horrific noise. It's not a scream like a girly scream. It's different.
It's different. That was different.
Yes. Okay. Now somebody did mention here in the chat so we've gone over favorite captains. That was a toughie.
I was.
Now I do want to ask, who is your which is your favorite ship? Do you have a favorite ship? Friends in the show, in the audience, do you have a favorite vessel from Star Trek? I've noticed some be Babylon 5 things out there and all that. I would love to talk Babylon 5 with you guys. We'll do that on another show. Maybe we can sweet talk Ryan into watching Babylon.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh boy, that's difficult.
So which ship? Yeah, I mean,
again,
it would depend on what we're going to do, right?
It has the spore drive.
Discovery does?
Yeah, I kind of like that. I like the fact that you can just jump from here to there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Other than that, though, is there anything redeeming about the ship? So here's my notion. I'll just take this. If I was going to go on a long voyage of exploration,
I want a holodeck. I got to say that.
Yeah, you got to have a holodeck. If I was going to go on a long exploration, kind of 5 years, whatever, I'd want the Enterprise. Big, beautiful, lots of space, lots of room, lots of stuff.
That's
Voyager
true. It was a really big ship.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. If you go and look on the internet, watch YouTube videos on it, and you'll see it's ridiculously huge for how many people they claim is on it. It's just it's amazing. But that's kind of the ship. It's got all the cool stuff, all the sensors. But Voyager is a fun ship. It sounds like something if I was going to be like a patrolling our solar system, like on patrol, making sure the neutral zone, because it was a badass little ship too.
Right.
Fast, tough, But then if I knew I was going to go into battle, I would absolutely have the Defiant. There's no way knowing you haven't seen the Defiant.
Who's the Defiant?
The Defiant, the only time you've seen the Defiant is if you watched the first movie after the Star Trek The Next Generation series. They had a movie with Picard where they went back in time on Earth and they found Zefram Cochrane. Did you see that one?
The movie?
Yes, to any of the Star Trek movies.
If I did, I wouldn't even remember it.
Okay, anyway, in this movie, at the very beginning of the movie, you see the Defiant as it comes in and it's fighting. It's one of the few ships that's left fighting the Borg cube that's going towards Earth. And it takes a pretty critical hit and it's called knocked off. So then the Enterprise warps in and they pull the crew off of the Defiant. And Worf was on the Defiant. He was the captain of the Defiant at that point.
Right.
So if you see that movie, that's the only time you will see the Defiant until season 4. I think the end of season 4 of Deep Space Nine.
I do have to say though, with oh my God, Janeway's ship, Voyager. My God, sorry. I love the fact that they built their own little freaking flying weapon. The what's that called?
The Delta Flyer.
The Delta. I mean, come on.
That was fantastic.
Do about anything. So that's a nice little thing to have in your back pocket.
And that should have been like standard. More of them should have had things like that.
Why weren't you doing that from the first place? Like, hello?
Yeah, you may not know this, but I believe I know the Enterprise E had it. I think that the Enterprise D had it. They have a captain's yacht that's probably about 3 or 4 times the size of the Delta Flyer, and it's built into the bottom of the disc of the ship. It's built into. We never see it used. The only time we see it used is in the 3rd or 4th movie that we see the captain's yacht on the Enterprise E. They use it to go down to the ship. So they have a kind of like a warp capable, armed, all this kind of ship. And I believe the Enterprise D had one as well.
Okay.
We just never saw it. You can see the outline of it on the ship because it's mounted to the bottom. But saucer, son of a gun. Thank you. Oh, I'm all that disc thing. Saucer section. Yes, thank you. Which series was the furthest in the future?
I've talked about saucer before.
The saucer. Yeah, the front end. Yeah, that would be Discovery, John. So far, Discovery is the furthest one into the future. 900 years after the adventures of Pike about the same time as Pike. For those of you who know when Pike is. Yeah, Ember says, I built a model of the Enterprise D that had a detachable captain yacht.
Sweet.
So they had, some of them had them.
Kip Davis, he's fucking cracks me up. Oops. You're late, no big deal, Kip. I'm sure they'll wait patiently for you.
Yeah, Discovery by law. Okay, so let's see what our next question is. That was a good one, though. I think that was a good question. So next, I want to ask, do you have a specific individual character? Okay, so that's why I didn't want to talk about now. There's captains. Now we could, if we had time, we can go. Do you have a favorite doctor? Do you have a favorite engineer? Because I have a favorite engineer. My favorite doctor is the doctor from Voyager. My favorite first officer.
I know. I love Doctor.
Yeah. My first officer would not be the first officer from Voyager.
No, I like Strike. Yeah.
Yeah. Either Riker or what's her name from Enterprise? She wasn't that bad, really. It was kind of the writing of the character, but it was nice to have. There were other first officers I would have had. But Melly Von Erich says,
"Oh, the Vulcan, wasn't she a Vulcan?"
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's beautiful too. I can't. But now I can see her face, right?
Yeah, she'd have made a great, of good ones, first officers. That's kind of this. Let me see here. Kentucky Atheist says Riker will always be my favorite because of his weirdness with chairs. Yeah, you notice that, right? He steps over the chairs.
Oh,
my understanding, yeah. Before of course, he's 6'3", so he's tall to begin with. Before he became an actor, he was moving furniture and he hurt his back. So he had a back injury. So it was easier for him to step over the chair, just kind of lift his leg up over to the chairs to sit down on.
I had noticed that, but I didn't notice it.
Now, I don't know. Here's something. Now
that's why I kind of went like this into my chair, because I do see him kind of like sliding in like that.
Yes. I don't know if you guys know this, but I feel this way. But Riker also walked, not all the time, but often, every now and then, like John Wayne.
He always kind of had a lean to me.
Yeah, like when he walks out the room or something, he's
yeah, it's just the way he like moves, maybe because of his injury, but it's just the way he moves his body.
Yeah, the way he's moving, like his hands and stuff, as he walks out, he'll start walking out the door and then he'll crank his head that way and he'll lean his body. And I'm like, wow, I like you parted my hair, Pilgrim. Circle the wagons.
That's what it feels like. T'Pol,
yeah. Kelly Laughlin says, I have Dr. Crusher action figure on my shelves. I have to say, when I was I don't want to say man, I wasn't a man yet. I was like 16, 15, 16, 14, whatever. I kind of had the hots for Beverly Crusher and Deanna Troi. And I mean, they were like the three iconic of everything. You had the sexy blonde, the sexy brunette, and the sexy redhead. You had the package. And I was like, I don't know, young.
I love redheads. I'm into redheads.
So, for the longest time, she was my favorite, but I never heard any words coming out of her mouth. I got to be honest. I didn't really evaluate her performance as a doctor or any of those things. I was, oh, look, cute redhead. That was kind of it. But then later on, on a rewatch with my wife's a medical professional. And she doesn't care for Beverly Crusher as a character.
No, is it because like she gets stuff wrong about medical stuff? Yeah.
Doctor's orders. She does. My wife will start doctor's orders anytime she walks in the room. Her and Picard will be something. Picard will be like, I've got to go do the thing. And she's like, no, you're to lay down. Doctor's orders. And wife's like, doctor's orders. And it was just kind of, but I think there was, I liked Phlox. I really enjoyed Phlox. John Billingsley, if you're there, he was just unique in that environment.
I did like him as well. I thought he was a good doctor.
Yeah, he was kind of like a backwoods, but not, because he used all those natural medicines. He's got bat
leeches and the spiders and you name it, he had it.
Yeah, he was really good. My least favorite doctor. Do you have a least favorite doctor?
Hold on, I'm trying to think of all the doctors in my. I'm not sure if I love the guy from Discovery, even though I love the actor. I'm not sure that I love the character.
Oh, right. Oh, no doubt. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm going to say met that guy, the actor. I'm sorry, actor, if I don't know your name. The doctor, he's the black man, the the character's gay, right?
He's mixed, or I'm not sure, but yes,
Yeah,
I know.
We know who we're talking about. He's in a relationship with the engineer guy. Okay, just so we know who we're talking about. So I really enjoy him. That guy is effervescent and fun and fantastic. I talked about them coming to get on the deck of the ship whenever we were doing the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, like John Billingsley, came in one way. This guy here came downstairs doing the Rockettes kick.
No,
and that was fantastic. He was wonderful every time I was in the same room with him. We went on an excursion. We weren't with his excursion. They were over there. We were over here, but he was with them, and he was just fantastic. That guy, I didn't care for the character. We already talked about why.
I just don't think I don't know what to say about it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And as an actor,
yes, but the getting killed and being brought back through the mycelial network, that was one of the bridge too far for me.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't really that I can think of. I feel like they didn't have a lot of episodes where it was specifically about him being a doctor, other than maybe when he was trying to help people through their issue. I don't know.
There was not a lot of doctoring to be done, was there?
Thank you. There wasn't a lot of doctoring.
Yeah, he didn't do a lot of doctoring. Bones did a lot of doctoring. There was a lot of, he's dead, Jim. If you go, he's dead,
had
Jim.
it the worst, though. I mean, come on. They weren't doing the things that they're doing today now at the Star Trek.
No. He's fine.
Get around anything now.
I just think of him as like a middling kind of doctor. The doctor in the new show, Strange New Worlds, sort of like what you just said about the other doctor. He doesn't do a lot of doctoring. There's not really a lot of doctoring being done by him. He's a doctor. He's there when things happen. They go to him, but there doesn't tend to be a lot of doctoring going on. But the doctor.
I do that's my favorite too, I would say.
And I've met him really good. One of my favorite episodes is the episode where he transmits through a little network of alien network, and he gets on another Federation ship, and he's there with Andy Dick. Andy Dick is another hologram. That's a wonderful episode. And again, I probably told you this last time. If you go back and watch that episode of Voyager, which that's an easy watch because it's such a wonderful episode, just pop it in, but go watch it. There'll be this time where they're fighting, and he's like, the doctor's over here, he's like, go, turn on the shields, and Andy Dick's like, I'll go turn on, okay, and then they cut back again, and the doctor on the left is there, and he's there, and then Andy Dick comes up, he goes, they forgot to cut him out.
Oh, so you see
he's
him
supposed to just appear. Yeah, you see him lift back up into the scene. So there is that.
That's funny.
Just want to throw that out there. Let me do this here. I want to see.
I love finding those continuity errors.
Yes.
That's
yes.
fun.
Let me see here. If I got this right here, I'm just going to do something real quick. Okay. I think that's good. Okay. Yes, that is a lot of fun. That's one of the reasons why anytime I watch any of those shows, I do IMDb and go through the trivia with every episode with it. And it'll tell you some fantastic things about the shows. Star Trekking Across the Universe. Ryan, never heard of it. Well, what's that? Which one? Equus referred to?
Oh, Star Trekking?
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I don't think.
Oh, it's a song. No, I don't think I've ever heard it either. Muttley says, my least favorite doctor is the one that doctors the images Trump shares on his social media. I guess there's that. Let me again think if I had I would almost have to say, well, it would really have to be as far as doctor, it would, man, the first one you mentioned that doesn't do a lot of doctoring. Which one was that?
That's Discovery. That guy?
Yeah. Okay. He didn't do a lot of doctoring. Okay, there's him. Now, a really good doctor when it came to doctoring, and he did quite a bit of doctoring on the show, was Bashir in Deep Space Nine, which you haven't seen yet. He has several episodes where he does, but his character is really, I feel, abrasive in the first few episodes, first season, he's kind of real abrasive. He's young, and they have him hitting on Dax like he's a 14-year-old, you know, and Dax is 300 years old. And it's a little, but they get over that. They do. And at first he's a little whiny kind of, I don't know, but he really grows. He's got an arc that develops. But he just wasn't, you know.
I have to tell you,
know,
I forgot
that actor's around all the time.
Face.
Oh, you just saw his face? You know who he is?
Now, but I had forgot all about him, so that's how not memorable he was to me. Sorry.
Yes, gotcha. Well, he's on Foundation, the new show. He's still around. He's doing stuff all the time.
Cool.
Yeah, he was also in Game of Thrones.
Mm.
Yeah, you remember the what's his name? The guy who is Pedro Pascal. Remember his character?
Yeah.
Okay, his character had a father over on the other land who had the daughters that were all fighting and they fighters and they poisoned people.
Yeah. The
guy in the wheelchair, the old man in the wheelchair who was the father. That's Bashir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, Dr. Cringe. Yeah, Muttley Von Erich says Bashir was cringe AF in the early episodes. He really, it was sexual harassment. I mean, almost to the point of it was pretty bad. Yeah, just depends. But so that's the favorite doctor. I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break now. And then whenever we come back from our quick break, what we will do is we will continue on with our questions. Because you actually said, I'm going to stop this time. I've got not all of my questions done, but some, because we do need to talk about Tuvix.
Yes, I do want to talk about Tuvix.
Yes, so we got to cover that. There's things like that we have to talk about. So we're going to talk about some truly important things, not like what's going on in the real world. We're talking about truly important things, exactly. Like Tuvix. Was it murder? Was it not murder? Was it saving people? We'll be back in just a minute. Let's see. I want a little. Let's go, pup. We'll be back in and go. And
Flanagan!
Yes, sir. Very disturbing, I know.
Fetch me Father Flanagan.
Your Highness.
You are in the presence of His Holiness, the Puppius Maximus, guardian of the sacred fire hydrant, defender of the holy tennis ball, and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poopsalot the Fifth.
Your popedom. I heard you have a bone to pick with me.
Condoms, Father Flanagan?
No, thank you. I've got plenty.
That's what I mean. Why are you selling condoms?
Oh, you mean our Faro Sombrero line of condoms? Understood.
You know how we feel about those around here.
Well, they're not to be used by the Catholics, of course.
Not for Catholics?
No, they're part of our Sinner Gonna Sin lack of faith outreach program.
A sinner gonna what?
It's like getting the tithe, but from the heretics and the heathens and the atheists.
Oh, well, when you put it like that.
But, Your Highness, this will reflect very poorly on the church.
True. You know what this means, Flanagan?
Warning label. A warning label on the box. Not for Catholics in big letters.
Too subtle.
Instant purgatory if used by Catholics.
I like it. Divine branding.
Excellent, your popedom. Would there be anything else?
That will be all. You may leave.
All right, and we are back. John Fapiano says, thank you. Only slightly touched my brain, Ryan. Cool.
Yeah, that sounds very dangerous. He said he was brushing his teeth and cleaning his ears at the same time. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
It doesn't sound safe.
I don't think so.
It really doesn't. But hey, whatever works for you. You see his one eye twitching like that. Trip says, I actually have random Star Trek Next Generation computer bleeps and bloops as my ringtone. Way to go. Not all heroes wear capes, my friend. Lifeside is here. Bree, do you have a favorite series, a favorite ship, and a favorite captain, and a favorite first officer? That's what we've talked about so far. Do you have any of those that you'd like to share with us? You got chased by a pack of dogs.
Yeah, that don't sound good.
Are
you want to
okay?
walk with yours?
Yeah, well, yeah, deeds.
Yikes on bikes. Somebody the other day was just telling me they got chased by dogs as well. My gosh.
Dogs. Okay, so let me just check and see here. Let us know though, Bree, if you're okay. I hope everybody's okay, all your puppies and everything, if you have puppies. And yeah, let us know. Dogs are dogs. Good question.
That's my dog.
Yes, Bailey is like a little bit of a celebrity. She also appears in another video where Father Flanagan, who you just met, is trying to, you know what? We should watch the shark, the Bark Bank episode 1 at the bottom of the next hour. We'll do that. Okay. That's what we'll do for these people. We'll do this so they can see the Bark Bank, and they'll get to see Bailey. Another episode with Bailey in it. She's quite she just chews up the scenes, if you know what I mean.
Famous or infamous?
Well, famous and infamous. It just depends.
A little bit of both.
Famous with the guys, infamous with the girls, if you know what I mean. So there is
That's
that.
how I like it. Spicy puppy.
Ember says yes, had to carry Henry. One of them was a huge mastiff. Well, we're glad you're okay. Glad you're okay. I hope they get their dogs under control and get those puppies safe, because the puppies are probably not where they should be anyway. Good morning, list of all trades. Lil of all trades. I knew it was Lil of all trades. And Robert Madewell. So, Life says I like Voyager mostly because I want to be 7.
She's a badass, man.
And
I love her even more after Picard.
Yep, she carries on, doesn't she? That's great. The ending of that, the way she ends in that, I thought that what they did with her character was fantastic. And if some homophobes out there have issues with that,
oh, really?
Okay.
They were mad?
I don't know. I say if. I just threw an if.
Okay,
you almost certainly know there were some people out there. There was somebody
probably.
Yeah, and part of it is because, whenever she switches teams, that means no guy gets her.
Of course.
And that's how we think. So let's see. 7 is a badass. I love 7. The actress is fantastic. Jerry Ryan, her name. She was married to a politician, Greg Ryan or something like that. And then they had problems and he got weird and she left. And so there's that. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to write this. Did I write down? Let me write down that one. Let us go on to your list, Miss Ryan.
Ooh, my list? Oh, the things that I wanted to talk about?
Yes. What would you
Okay, so I had a couple questions is what I wanted to ask, okay?
Okay.
All right. I like the would you rather questions. I only have 2.
Okay. Okay.
Would you rather have a holodeck in your home or a replicator in your kitchen?
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough.
You can eat anything you want at any time of the day. You name it, you crave it, you got it. Or
I don't need that power. That's a power I don't need.
Well, that is true. That is true. With the way I eat, this might be a very, very bad idea.
Yeah. How about that? Let's see. We got holodeck where you're going to go, be active, be physical, and do stuff, or a replicator where you can eat anything you want at any time of the day. I think your lifespan between the two is going to be significantly different.
Muttley has a really good point, though. It's not just about food when it comes to a replicator.
That's true. Well, that was I believe food replicators are specifically food replicators. So I think they are limited. You can't just replicate anything with them. You can, I think you can, but they're supposed to be limited anyway. But Klingons can turn them into transporter bombs. That's a whole episode. You got to see that. Double G, replicator. I'm sick and tired of deciding what's for dinner and then fixing it. There you go.
I know how many fights would be solved because of a replicator.
Yeah, that's true.
Wars could be solved, Chris.
It could be. How many marriages?
How many marriages? People wouldn't be divorced.
Yes. Ace Trade says, Ryan Coltastic, good morning, love, heart, sunshine, beauty of my life.
Good morning.
I think Ace Trades was actually talking to me.
I think
I'm
so.
not sure. I think so too. Yeah, I'm sure.
Pretty certain.
Secular Feeling says holodecks are the best for diets. Everything that leaves it vanishes. So food eaten in the holodeck disappears. That's an interesting take. You know, that is an interesting take. I wonder if you could, thank you, Ace. I wonder if you could mix the holodeck technology and the replicator technology and have replicated food, sort of real food, in a holodeck.
I mean, I don't know. Never mind. I'm not even going to talk about the science shit that I don't even exist,
right.
that I don't even understand.
That's right. Robert Madewell makes a fantastic point. Star Trek replicators are much different than Stargate replicators.
Oh, what's a Stargate replicator? What are they?
Entirely different. Okay, in Star Trek, you know what a replicator is. In Stargate, they are little alien robots to begin with that replicate, and they eat anything to build the material to replicate.
Ooh.
And they replicate spaceships. They have technology. They are aware and smart, and they are a force in the universe that is very difficult in the Stargate universe to get rid of.
It's like a nanobot?
They're a terror. Well, in the beginning, they're not. But by the end of the series, they actually do work themselves down to being nano-sized and human type. They are replicators of the Stargate universe are very bad. Not very good. They're very not good. I would think they're as far as their damage, they're akin to the Borg. I mean, they're not really, they don't really even care. They don't care. They'll just eat everything. They don't care. The Borg takes you and turns you into their stuff, and it's kind of fun. Yeah. Looks fun for a Saturday evening, but the replicators just eat all the metal around your ship, and they don't really care about you. They're not going to eat you, but everything else they're going to eat.
If it's metal, they're eating it.
Yeah. So there's that. I have been confronting atheists about their hypocrisy. Maybe we can have a civilized debate. Hey, Fireman Smoke'em, that's a great idea. I don't know about a debate. However, you're welcome to come back Monday and we can do more discussions on atheism and religion, all that business. Today, however, and I don't know if you can even play this game. If it's in, I don't even know if it's within your ability to set aside what you came here for. What's your favorite science fiction show? What's your favorite Star Trek? Do you like Star Trek? Are you into it? Do you have a favorite doctor? That's what we're talking about today. Can you play that game with us or no? Just curious. Let us know. Otherwise, if you want to come Monday, we'll talk to you about atheism. All you want. We don't care. The chat would love to debate you. I'm not going to debate you. I mean, unless you got a really big church or, a lot of million followers or some business. We'll talk. So let me see here. Theoretically, oh yeah, they're all responding to him. It's kicked up a hornet's nest. Oh, there's a cool name. Terra Delesso. Space is Disney for adults. These two are proving it now. Sure, why not? I don't understand. Is that a problem? Is that bad somehow? Maybe Disney is space for kids. Huh. Interesting. Funk Yeah is here. Good morning, Funk Yeah. Funk Yeah says, love me some Star Trek. Hell yeah. Star Trek's not in the Bible, so it's of the devil. Very good, Robert. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Robert did point that out for us. Thank you.
Thanks, Robert.
I didn't see if
keep us on the right track, Don't want to be misled.
That's right. Let me see here. Did he respond with his favorite Star Trek, or did he just need cheap viewers? No, we've already got the cheapest viewers. Fred Wood says replicators are probably very close to how we will explore space. Yeah, I mean, there are some things in there. There's some interesting. You should watch Stargate. Stargate was filmed about the same time as like Deep Space Nine and Voyager. So it has that same cinematic feel.
Yeah.
The look and all that. One of the things about Star Trek is they're a crew, they're a team. They always go out and they always fight together and they always come home and one of them gets turned but they always go save that person. Stargate is just Star Trek, but today. They go from our technology today to Star Trek technology in just a few years.
Oh.
And it's really good. It's good stuff. I think that's a pretty good deal. Let's see. I didn't see if Yonder Individual ever responded.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Kelly King, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Robert is a loser. Robert. Oh no, Kelly. Robert was being facetious. He was joking. We had a Christian in here being ignorant.
Lurking.
Okay. So let's go on. We have more questions now. What was your next either or question?
So I wanted to ask, what is your favorite alien or race of alien?
My favorite alien race. Mm-hmm. My favorite race of aliens.
That's so hard. There's a lot.
It is hard. You know what's not on my list? Humans. That's a tough call. It would depend on context. I would love to be a Vulcan. I think that would be cool. But after you watch Enterprise, Vulcans are just kind of stuck up jerks. And then after watching the rest of the show, sure, Enterprise just kind of exposes that. But when you watch the rest of the shows, yeah, they are throughout all the shows. They're kind of jerks. One of my favorite species would be the Andorians. I love me some Andorians. Shran actually made the last few episodes of Enterprise bearable. He was fantastic. Yeah. And, he was the same actor who played Brunt, FCA, one of the Ferengi. He played so many good characters. Yeah, he played.
And the engineer from Strange New Worlds, he was also Andorian.
Oh, yeah. He was Andorian. Mm-hmm. Theoretically posted replicators of Stargate 1 and then a little spider because they are little mechanical spiders. They do look like spiders. And they make
replicators?
The replicators in Stargate, they make a tick, 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 tick sound when they walk, and they'll just swarm you. I'll tell you what, I will find a video and I will show you replicators, okay?
No me gusta.
Okay, so it's so hard to find a good one. I'll just start with this one right here. That's only 2 minutes long. Oh man, we're not the best view. Oh, here we go. All right. Sorry guys. I gotta get the thing up here. Not that thing. Don't be pervs. Okay, so here we go. Let me go here. Stargate replicators, share. Okay, so I'm going to post this. We'll watch a little bit of this video here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mute it just to keep it from the, content problems, because they go after the sound. Mm-hmm. So here's the replicators. That's actually a big one. You don't see very many of those very often. Let me make this big for you too. They're going to be big. Okay, there they go. They're big. Okay. All right, and screw it. We're going to put the music on. This is actually one of my favorite scenes of the whole series, because you get to see the end of Apophis. And of course, you know who he is. That's MacGyver from the series, World Series MacGyver.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, yeah, and I can see it.
Yeah. Richard Dean Anderson. I guess he does have a name. And these things here, in a way, are like the Borg. They don't give a shit about you until you start interfering with what they're doing. And that's what these guys here have done. Otherwise, they wouldn't care at all. So I'm going to stop it there.
Okay.
You wonderful people for bearing with us. Let's go here. Can I unhighlight that? There we go. I love that show. It's a great show. They've got 10 episodes to that series. Stargate SG-1, 10 series, 10 seasons to Stargate SG-1. Then they have a second series called Stargate Atlantis, which has got 5 seasons of it. And then they've got another series called Stargate Universe. They've got 2.5 seasons of it. And they have new sci-fi coming out soon with Stargate. Yes. Now, here's one of the things. One of my favoriteest science fiction movies of all time, and that's saying something, is the end of season 7 of Stargate SG-1. And I say that because they had canceled the series. Now, you've been following all these characters along and all this thing. They'd canceled the series. So they wrote this movie that they were going to close the series off and they were going to end it with a movie afterwards. But then all of a sudden, the movie got picked up, or the series got picked up again. So they turned that movie into the last episode of season 7 and the first episode of season 8.
Oh, wow.
And it is just, because you're just rolling through the series, and you don't really think of it as a movie, but when you set it aside and you know what's going on, you're like, man, that's fantastic. That's good shit.
Cool.
That's good shit. Yeah, Steve C's got a good point. The transporter problem. He doesn't even have to say anything more than that. And I know what he's talking about. Do you know what he's talking about the transporter problem?
I'm not sure. No.
Okay.
Maybe.
Here's the deal with you might know. Here's the deal with transporters. When you use a transporter, you disappear over here and you appear over there. And what happens is they got a bank of energy or whatever, to turn you into energy and turn you back into whatever. But when you dissolve, it actually kills you. And you are dead. You're dead. You're not there anymore. You have stopped and ended.
Right.
And then whenever you arrive in the other place, that's a completely different you. It's got your same memories and all that because it's, but you actually, you everything just goes dark and you never wake up from going into that transporter room. That's one of the big theories. Yeah. Stargate gets around that because Stargate just kind of does the wormholes mostly. They do teleporter series systems later though. The Asgard. They do the series. The sound on Chris's end is messed up. Is my sound messed up?
Not to me, but
I don't know. Let's say nobody else has said anything yet. Teal'c was awesome. Some people love Teal'c. Teal'c was good. Christopher Judge who played the actor Teal'c. He does the voice for the God of War, Kratos. It's a video game series. He's won awards for it. Good morning, Dan D. Says, good morning, Chris, Ryan in the chat. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Dan D, what is your favorite? We're doing Star Trek today. What is your favorite sci-fi? Pardon me. What's your favorite Star Trek series? Do you have a favorite Star Trek series? Fireman says, I'm back. Looks like a fun room, and I have sci-fi questions. Can't care to hear it. Well, I'm sure. Drop your question out there, Fireman. Let's see what you got. But if you don't mind, do you have a favorite Star Trek show? That's kind of what we're on today. This is my lucky red shirt kind of thing. And yeah, let's see if Dan D has a respond. Did Dan D respond with a favorite Star Trek series?
You got one, Dandy? Let us know.
Dandy Dan.
Dandy.
Oh, there was some buffering. Okay, it must be good. My sound is good now. Yeah, so Stargate SG-1 is a good one to watch after you watch Deep Space Nine. Somebody commented on the thing. I actually have our poll. We haven't even looked at our poll.
Your poll.
We should get that in like a musical thing. Put on a soundboard.
Yeah, that would be great. We need to get I need to get a soundboard.
I could do one too. I've had one before. Yeah, I've done it before on the show, the last show.
StreamYard has one now, which I think is pretty cool.
Really?
I threw that out there. Yeah, I just thought I was like, oh, wow. Okay. They're finally figuring out that people aren't going to use them anymore if they don't update their. Yeah, come on.
Well, they did manage to price up, but they didn't seem to feature up, I think is what I heard. Anyway, they were already expensive. They were out there. So the question of the day is, what is your favorite Star Trek series? It should be linked in the top of the chat. And if you don't mind, go over there and vote. I'm going to refresh the page. So far, it looks like we have 19 votes. And it looks like TNG, DS9, and Voyager are leading. They are a category. Let me show you. I'll put this on the screen so you can see what we got going on. Because, you want to see the categories, right, that we got. Boop. Share. Okay, and I'm going to make it biggie sized. Biggie size. Okay, and I'll even zoom in a little bit. And Maybe if I can find it. Oh, there we go. All right. So, which of your favorite TV is Star Trek is your favorite show? The original series is coming in second, actually, with 26%. Let me see if Fireman John, before the chat goes by so far, or Fireman, whatever says, has responded with his either. Okay, nothing. Okay. TNG, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine is actually leading at 58%. Enterprise. Somebody's got to vote for Enterprise. And then New Trek, Discovery, Strange New Worlds is only getting 5%. Strange New Worlds, in a way, really should be saddled up with the original series. I kind of think they just fit together. Let me stop there.
I voted for TNG. Voyager, yeah.
Yeah, Voyager is just, I mean, I would love one of the autographs we do not have, and then if I would love.
Pardon.
You're right. I would love the actress who plays Janeway. We would love to get our photograph with her and get her picture and all that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here's her name. And if me and the wife were like, do we want to go on this next Star Trek cruise? Do we not want to go? I can, if it's going to be in the Bahamas and have her or Jerry Ryan, which is 7 of 9 on the ship, we're almost certainly going to go. We'll sell my kidneys.
The character would make it.
The character would make it. I wish we had enough room for the movies in the poll, Fred. We just don't have enough for those. It's tough squeezing all that stuff in there. Now, it is my understanding that this is an atheist platform, but today it's safe sci-fi day. Yes, we're having fun today. If you want to think about it like this, Fireman, let's just think about it like this for fun. Okay, for fun. Oftentimes, Christians claim we worship science. You can kind of think of it like that. We're having a worship day. We're talking and we're having a fellowship about what we enjoy. That's it. That's what we're doing, and we're kind of a bunch of atheists. Now, you can be a theist and enjoy Star Trek. That is possible. They are not mutually exclusive.
I would love to know what the fan base is. Has there ever been any
is there a percentage? Yeah, that is a study.
I wonder.
I don't know. Well, really, the show really does lean left. They're very progressive.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think. But, some people can compartmentalize and
very true.
They can see that show and just put it all in boxes. And
yeah. And one of the things, whenever I want to mention that they're going to come at us is that, you may not realize this, but the Federation or Starfleet is a Navy. So the Navy of the Federation is a group of planets. Starfleet is essentially the space police of that Navy. And therefore Picard and Janeway are really, part of that group of this space police. I forgot where I was going with that. I had a good point. That was a good, I don't know where I was going with that.
I'm trying to think of the thing you said right before it.
Me too. John says, not me, Chris. I worship. Nope, can't think of anything. No, I understand, John. We do not worship anything. They claim we worship science, I believe was what I said. I was speaking to a Christian. I said, you guys often think we worship science. Well, let's just kind of accept it like it's a worship day for us or some business. That's kind of where I went. My question is, do atheists believe in aliens? That's a great question, because I know that aliens are part of the sci-fi culture. Ryan, do you want to start? This is our theist. Our theist in the chat has asked, my question is, do atheists believe in aliens? Because I know that aliens are part of the sci-fi culture. I think we should just go, because nobody blows over this thing. Atheist just means you don't believe in God. Well, let's get all past that. We know this guy means this group of left-wing nutbag atheists. Right. Do we believe in aliens?
I mean, me personally, I really just don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, good.
Obviously, I can't speak. Atheism isn't a monolith, so I can't speak for other atheists. But
Yes.
I don't.
So
I don't doubt they exist. I think it's probably likely. But
so you're agnostic, though. So you can't say you know. So you're agnostic. That's cool.
Yep.
You dig it, but you're not. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I dig it.
Totally plausible, probable,
Yes. Okay.
possible.
Now, here's my thinking. I think it's kind of almost mathematically impossible for there not to be other life out there.
Yeah.
However, if that life is close enough to us to engage with, that's a whole different thing. So there's that. I would need proof, real proof, in order to believe that they're coming here, that the aliens are coming here to rip the lips and assholes off cows and rednecks ass. You know what I mean? It's just not what I. It takes some proving for that. Now, I do want to make a point though, Fireman. Do you believe in aliens? Because God is an alien. All of the heavenly hosts are aliens. I believe most of them were created before, right? The heavens and the earth. Yeah, I mean, Satan had fallen by the time Adam had been created.
Well,
allegedly, because
Bible,
he was no, you're right, because that's where they claim the serpent. No, I get you. I know, me and you know the difference. Yeah, but you know what I mean. We've got the serpent, whom they attribute to being Satan or whatever, and he's already there. So they've already had a war in heaven. The aliens, the God, and all of that are all aliens. They'd all have to be aliens.
Yeah, I would have to ask, like, what's your definition of alien? Does it have to be sentient like us? Does it have to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, could it be just like a bug? What if there's like these little buggies in the outer space that land on the planet? They're just bugs. Is that it? Is that an alien?
I get that. That's a great question. I think that would, to me, the answer to that one would be yes. They're almost certainly out there in that form. I think for the entertainment of us all, what we're talking about is what would technically be extraterrestrial, which means not of the earth, intellects, sentient creatures. I think that's kind of where we're going in general. But I think I feel you. Yeah, sure. It's cool to think they're there, but not until you can prove they're there. Ember, right, Jedi. What did Jedi say that was right? I missed it. Now, here's the deal. One of the things that I appreciate is that we got our Christian friend to engage in our science fiction thing, but now he's trying to use the thing to switch it over to religion. And that's not what I want here today. Okay. So I'm not going to play with him. And if you guys, don't play with him. If he's going to try to bring it over to religion and go on to all that, we entertain that as much as I'd like to. As a matter of fact, I distinctly remember somebody who looks a lot like me stating in the very beginning, can you do it? Can you separate yourself from what you came here enough to actually participate with us? The answer to that question is no.
No,
So,
he
clearly couldn't. I mean, as he goes on in the chat, he just kind of trying to keep bringing it back to the whole thing. Anyway, if panspermia proves out, that would be interesting. Well, technically, we would all be aliens. Yeah. The question will be, where would be the original bacterial single-celled organism came from? Yeah. Or maybe we technically came from Mars. Mars had life before we did. It was struck by a large body, hence the huge scar in the side of Mars. And at that point, it destroyed the atmosphere and threw, obviously, lots of debris out into the space. And we would pick it up here on Earth. We actually have rocks from Mars on Earth. You knew that? Did you know that?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. They have rocks from Mars here on Earth. Equus, let's see what's going on. That must have been an awkward day. Yeah. So let me see. Do you have any other? Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
I do. Okay. So which alien race do you think you are more like?
Oh. Did I mention the Andorians already? I do want to say the guy from Discovery, he was an Andorian, but he was a specific kind of an Andorian.
Yeah. Because there's
they're all those of his group are all blind.
Right. They live in like the caverns or something like that.
With acidy worms.
Yeah. So strange.
Just throwing that out there. Glenn is here. Double G videos. Yes, I did remember Glenn. Mission to Mars was a great movie. Yeah, is that the one where at the end of it, the Mission to Mars, they went to the face on Mars, and there's a science fiction movie where we send people to Mars and they go to the place that has been reported to be a face on Mars, the big photograph of, and we make some sort of ancient alien contact there in one movie. Firemen, yep, they are. Let's see. Theoretically, most theists believe abiogenesis is straight out impossible. So why can't it be just so unlikely that it happened only once? That's kind of one of the things they think that, but where'd their God come from? They can never get past that. He's always here, blah, 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 blah. So they find a pyramid. They do find a pyramid.
Who found a pyramid?
I don't know. Looking. So let me ask you. Okay. Well, do you have anything else? Anything else you want to? What was your? Yeah.
Okay. So what would be your warp engage saying? What would be your thing?
That's a good question, huh?
I mean, you might need to think about that, because like to come up with that on the fly.
Yeah. I mean,
whose captains was the worst? Do you hate who do you dislike the most?
I dislike Burnham's the most.
Oh, fuck you. Fly? You don't fly in space.
Let's fly.
Burnham?
Fly.
You don't fly in space, Burnham.
Yeah, that was my least favorite.
Fucking piss me off.
Of course,
like, even I know that.
Yeah, of course, I mean, Janeway had hers. I don't think she had a very specific one, did she? She just varied from let's go or whatever. She may have used engage a few times. Picard's was obviously engage, but I don't remember her having a specific one.
Come on, guys.
Punch it, Chewie. That's right. Let's see. What about I don't remember Archer's. Archer's was like, kill it.
Yes. I freaking okay. The reason that question came to me is because I howled when Spock was captain, and everyone was like, "Oh, you got it. What's your thing? You got to tell us what your thing." He's like, "Does there have to be a thing?" And then he was like, "I want to go now."
That's a good one. Yeah. I would be lying. It would be a lie straight from the lips of the devil himself if I were to tell you that I had not already considered what I would think of, what I would use as a let's go to warp.
Okay.
Yeah. I've considered it many times for a long time. I don't know. I still don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't know. Hiya, bitches.
Giddy up.
Giddy up. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's something that has, funk. Yeah, that's right.
I think giddy up would actually like fit you.
That'd be a good one. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never really been able to settle on anything. I'll keep working on it though. Myself. Let's see. Mr. Peabody, NASA just confirmed in the last few days that on Mars there are fossilized signs of life that only occur as a result of biological processes similar to here on Earth. Yeah. Yep.
Mine would be Must Go Faster. Do you know where that's
Must
from?
Go Fast. Yes, I do. Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Yes, he did it in Independence Day and Jurassic Park.
Oh, he did it in Independence Day as well.
Yes, he did it in Independence Day. Yeah.
Okay.
They go into the mothership and they put the A-bomb in there, and then they have A-bomb, and they have to run away, and they're running away, and the other aliens are chasing them, and the door is closing, Must go faster. Must go faster.
I do remember. Okay, yeah. I do that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts, right?
Yeah, either one would be. And why don't they have seatbelts? Listen.
Yeah.
I just think that they should have seatbelts. I understand that it's like in space, but you're hitting stuff all the time. And how many times have I seen a captain go flying across the room and bumping their head? I'm just saying.
All the time. All the time. It happens all the time. And they do
lost
have
gravity. Remember they lost gravity and like they're flying up trying to hit the controls? Well, if you had yourself a seatbelt.
That's right. Right. Because, you know, unlike ships here on Earth, that happens. You'd think they like have shoes or something that automatically kick in and suck to the floor.
Now that's an idea.
Yes.
I like that.
Just a thought. Okay, so I've got a question for you before we go. Actually, we're near the bottom of the hour. I'm going to go play our Holy Halos. For those of you who are new to the channel, we've got a first episode of Bark Bank, where Father Flanagan is trying to sell the Holy Halos to the Barks. So we're going to take a break, and we are going to take a break. Enjoy the Bark Bank episode 1. And go. Go already. Why do I keep pushing your button? Next up in the Bark Bank, a clergyman with a holy hustle and maybe a few unholy loopholes.
Hi, Barks. Blessings and belly rubs to you all. I'm Father Flanagan, and today I'm here seeking $50,000 for 3% of my soul-saving startup, Holy Halos, the world's first, soon-to-be, church-approved condoms. Following the ways of the Lord can be hard and often require sacrifices of the flesh. Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of Holy Halo condoms.
Hold on, Father. The church very much doesn't like condoms. How do you expect to sell these?
Well, you're right, but these aren't just any condoms. No, my furry financiers, these are permeable. But every single halo has been dipped in holy water, a divine divider between you and sin. You can finally frolic freely and still keep that sweet spot in heaven. Permeable, but dipped in holy water to keep the sin out, but let the babies in.
Let you get your stick wet without getting your stick stuck.
If you know what I mean.
Oh my! Very embarrassing every time.
So basically they don't work as condoms, but they let you get away with having sex without going to hell?
Exactly. The church gets to keep making babies, but you don't have to keep going to confession. Think of it. No more guilt. No more awkward "I'm saving myself for marriage" speeches. With Holy Halos, you can take those pray hands and turn them into lay hands.
Didn't I read that holy water is full of bacteria like E. coli? Won't this be harmful to women's health?
The words are English, but I don't understand the question.
How are you addressing the issue holy water presents for women's health?
Again, I'm not understanding.
She does that. Well, we don't get it either.
Is that mesh from a window screen?
Ah, that's a keen eye you have there, young lass. Yes. Another fine selling point, rough on the outside to increase her shame, as it should be, but soft and smooth on the inside, internally lubed and ribbed for his pleasure. We even have custom scents.
Scents? Now you have my attention. What flavors we talking? Don't pitch me that vanilla missionary nonsense, Padre.
Well, we do have virgin vanilla, but we also have miracle mint and cooing camel, and my personal favorite, sweat of the Savior.
And the Vatican, they've blessed this endeavor?
Well, not exactly. I'm still waiting on the papal decree one way or the other.
I love it, but you're asking 50 grand for only 3%. That's rough, Father, real rough.
Not running with the big dogs on this one. I'm gonna stay on the porch.
Me too. Good luck, Father. 15%.
Ouch, 15%, that's highway robbery even for the church.
Come on, Father, we're dogs. We know a bone when we see one. 10%, and we'll even bless your branding.
Look, meet me in the middle, 7%, and I'll baptize all your puppies.
7% works for me. Father Flanagan, it looks like
Wait a second. Our producers say we have a special call-in bidder. Let's get him up on the screen. Folks, we have the guardian of the sacred fire hydrant himself.
Oh no.
Defender of the holy tennis ball and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poops a Lot the Fifth.
Flanagan!
Yes, you pooped him.
50,000 at 20%.
20%?
And you get to keep calling yourself a father.
Soul to the pup in the very fine hat.
I knew you'd see it my way.
You're very wise, Your Hiney. Would there be anything else?
You may leave.
Father Flanagan's line of holy halos, ultra thin, spiritually thick. Available in 3 sizes: conservative, medium, and liberal. All right, and we are back. Robert Madewell asked the question, was that Pastor Dean's sock account? It felt more like his messenger reveals to me than Pastor Dean. Pastor Dean is almost always directly hateful very soon, whether he's talking too hateful to you or he's hateful about somebody. He's almost directly always hateful. His messenger reveals is like that, where he's constant, dogged, distracting, arguing, just argue, argue, argue. So my friends, I went ahead and removed him from the chat, not because, I mean, normally I don't do that, but today I want to talk about Star Trek. We've been talking about this whole show, and this jackass has hijacked my chat. If you watch any other live show on the internet, they don't put up with that shit. I usually got a lot of leeway for my chat, but today I specifically, he wouldn't play by the rules. I sent him to the curb. So now the important question is, my friends, did Janeway murder Tuvix? Girl, what are your thoughts? Was that murder? I mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah. So let me ask, if they had, all right, they beamed Tuvix in, oh my goodness, it's not Tuvok and Neelix, it's Tuvix. Let's reverse that, and then reversed it right then. Would that have been okay? Because he's only alive for a few seconds.
Probably.
Yeah, he didn't get to meet the crew and be. The actor was great.
I mean,
was
it's
he
still.
not?
I mean, would it still be murder? I think probably technically, but
Yeah.
but like you said, when you go through the thing, you die and you're basically come back to life. So they could have like immediately
Yeah.
reduced
Yeah.
the harm. You know,
They
harm
could have.
reduction.
Yeah. I mean, the guy was begging for his life by the end of the thing. So yeah, they could have. Yeah, there was a lot. That was a rough one. Tuvix was a mistake, says Secular Freelance. Yeah, if you like Tuvok or Neelix, I would not have missed Neelix. If they had done that with some rando character and they just decided to, and had some rando character in Neelix and decided to keep that character, that would have been so much better, Let's see. Ways to Human says, this is the best thing ever. Really needed some puppers. Thanks, Chris. Starting my day off right. Thank you, AJ. I hope you're doing great. I was, you saw my video about my apology for the ugly thing I said, and about all the Charlie. I've been meaning to reach out to you back on the Discord and go, hey girl, how you doing? Hope everything's great. Because shit was going crazy. I just been busy.
A lot going on.
It's a lot going on, man. I do appreciate you. My bandwidth. I don't have enough bandwidth for all this stuff. Let's see. We're talking about somebody's uniform. Let's see. Do you actually own a unicorn costume for your clips or some other theater production? You can get those ropes. Yeah. The Father Flanagan's outfit is a legitimate, expensive priest's vestments or whatever you call it. It is legit. That where a priest would legitimately go to buy those kinds of things. It's not a cheap little $3 neck wrap with a white thing, that you'll see them. They have, even priests wear them. It's just a collar with a white thing that just covers right here and they wear it under shirt. It's not that, it's the full ball of wax. So, yeah. Let's see here. I like him better as a character than Neelix. I know he was a wonderful character. We're talking about Tuvix again, Ember says Tuvix, the Steven Universe crossover. I'm not familiar with the Steven Universe crossover. Okay. Janeway wiped out an intelligent species.
Which one?
Which one did she wipe out? Funk says Tuvix deserves justice. There should be a resistance movement going for Tuvix. Fred Wood says Scotty lived in a buffer for, Scotty did live in a buffer for 50 years. You remember in the Next Generation when they found Scotty?
Yeah, like how come they didn't do that more often? Just put people, they could have put Tuvix in the buffer and say, okay, we're going to have to pop him up in there until we figure this out.
Yeah, one of the things is really once they get into the buffer, it's just a matter of energy. Why couldn't have they put him back in and pulled back all three.
Couldn't they have
There's
figured
a
that out?
solution. Right. I mean,
But were they, I guess at that time, were they doing that? They weren't even doing it at that point. Were they? Yeah.
No. And the thing with Scotty was it was just an emergency. That wasn't supposed to work. He wasn't supposed to be there for that long. It just happened to hold out. And, you know, it was just a last ditch effort. You know how Scotty is the miracle worker who can,
Right.
you know. Let's see. Commander Troy. Commander Deanna Troy, actor Brit Marina Sirtis, is fellow Greek Orthodox. I did not know she's a Greek Orthodox. She's been all over the place. She's in Stargate in a couple of episodes. Matter of fact, there's several Star Trek actors who show up in Stargate. Oh, yeah. And girl, one of the things you got to watch is Firefly. 14 episodes in a movie.
It's on my
14
list.
episodes. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. 14 episodes and and then we'll have a whole different show to talk about. And it's good. Now it's good. You know, most of the time I would say somebody, whenever we're watching a series, I say, remember, the first season is usually the hardest. Okay, give them a little leeway. But they don't have a second season. They got 14 episodes, and every episode was their last as far as they knew. So it's really good stuff.
Wow.
But do you know who Josh Wheaton is?
Yeah.
And your thoughts on Josh Wheaton?
I mean, I liked him.
Yeah. Okay. He's got.
Not
so
that I don't know him personally.
Well, okay, yeah. See, that's the deal. A lot of people don't know. So he's Josh Wheaton. He wrote these deals. He did actually the first Avengers movie where they come together for the first time. He directed that. And then there was this big hoopla because he actually is quite the jerk on set and is a misogynist and he mistreats women.
Yeah,
and it's been there was this horrific. So as long as you don't taint Firefly with that knowledge, you'll be okay. You know.
Yeah.
Just kind of a deal. Theoretically says to me, Stargate will always be the best sci-fi, and it had everything: philosophy, great personalities, adventure, and MacGyver. And that's one of the things. If you go on a Star Trek cruise, you will see SG-1 people going around in SG-1 costumes.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because Stargate SG-1 also has the Doctor on it. The Doctor plays a character on a lot of Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis. He comes in about season 6 or season 7, and he plays. I mean, the actor who does it plays quite a bit of it. So you got all kinds of stuff. It's wonderful.
Wow. Is he the actual Doctor or he's just another doctor?
Oh, he's not a doctor at all.
Oh, okay.
He's at first he comes in as he's a person. I think he's within the FBI, and he gets assigned to essentially try to undermine and destroy the Stargate program. And as he's going through his job, and he's working with another guy who's the leader of this mission to destroy SG-1 and their thing. As he goes through it, he realizes, hey, these are the good guys. And it's one of the rare times where you'll see a character in a show who you think is a bad guy literally walk up to his boss and go, you know what? What you're doing isn't right. I can't do it, and I'm leaving. And his character does.
them kind of characters.
He comes back even to become the leader, I believe, like the commander, I don't know what they call it, of Stargate Atlantis. So, yeah. Even see Stargate as a kind of spiritual successor to Star Trek. Theoretically, me too. That's what I was telling her. Stargate SG-1 was being filmed around the time that Deep Space Nine and Voyager were wrapping up. And it has the same feel to it, the same cinematic look. The same hero kind of story where they go do things together and they save each other, and it's real good. The only thing I didn't like about Stargate Universe, and a lot of people really like Stargate Universe, is after they did the Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis, they did this third series, and it's supposed to be more gritty, more real. Because, by then we're 12 years later, we're into 2007, 2009, somewhere like that. And so it's all gritty and it's real. And it opens up with human screwing over human right from the beginning. The main characters screwing over main characters. The politicians screwing over the military people. The military screwing over the politicians so they can all have control of the ship. And they're all on the verge of killing each other. I get that is a very likely scenario. But that's not what I watched Stargate for.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not what a lot of people watch Stargate for. They want that same team feel, and you didn't get that at all with SG-1. Now, here's the deal. It was the same thing as Voyager. It's the same story. The opening episode, they go through a wormhole and they don't know where they're going. They're under attack. They're trying to get away. They go through a wormhole, and it actually happens to be, comes out on a ship. Millions of light years away, out in the middle of nowhere in space, and they are stuck on that ship. It has no power, no food, no water. They got nothing, and they have to survive. And instead of working together like Voyager, where they brought themselves together and they eventually made a team, even though they had strife, instead of doing that, it was just constantly screw each other over, screw each other. There was a scientist guy who was always, he was always trying to fuck over everybody without reason, you know? Yeah. It was crazy.
That gets
Caitlin, yeah. Caitlin Beyond, good morning. Cool name. Thank you for joining us. We're rocking up some sci-fi today as best we can. So we did get some votes on Tuvix that several people actually think Janeway murdered Tuvix. There was a murder there. Yeah. I think we could have had a better solution though, but it's easy to say that now in hindsight. You know, I could see if it had just been, let's do this, you know, how it was a really hard decision for Janeway. Why was it a hard decision for Janeway? Because she really liked Tuvix. She really enjoyed him. He's a great person, a great character, and she enjoyed him. Why was it hard? Why could she not keep Tuvix? Because to keep Tuvix, she loses Tuvok. Mm-hmm. And Tuvok had been her close personal friend for a very long time. I think Neelix, she could care less about Neelix, you know, but it was Tuvok. And for Tuvok's sake, she split Tuvix, you know. So, original television series episode Metamorphosis, written by Gene L. Kuhn, who was a Star Trek co-producer along with the Atheistics, Gene Roddenberry companion. You know, one of the things Gene L. Kuhn, I believe I think that was the name. There were a couple of people who wrote and produced on the show they'd write like the original script, and then somebody else would come in and fix it up for them. And then they'd not like it so much that they wouldn't want to put their name on it. So instead of using his real name, he would use Gene L. Kuhn. And that happened a lot in Star Trek. Also, did you know in Star Trek, and this is for Miss Ryan, the writers of the original series, the female writer had to obscure her name to be a writer on the show. You'll see her name is D.C. Fontana. You don't know it's a woman on the original show. In Deep Space Nine, some of our characters go back in time and they're in this little pulp fiction book writing thing where they're writing books. And there's this lady in this group played by Kira Nerys. In fact, her you get to see her without her makeup on and all that. And in that group, the problem they have, one of the problems is that they're forcing her to obscure the fact that she's a woman.
Mm. Okay.
And they don't want Cisco's story because it's about a black captain. And you can't have a black captain of a starship in the 1950s.
Dang.
Which is where they're supposed to be back to. Let's see what's going on. It's all Homer in the end. Kind of, you know? Yeah.
Homer's Homie.
What a cool dog. Let me see what's going on. Hey, Chris George is here. Original television. Oh, that's who I read earlier. Neuro Geezer. Science guys often depicted as evil in oligarchical-owned media. That is the thing. You'll notice the mad scientist. That whole mad scientist thing vilifies intellects, scientists, doctors. That's kind of part of the deal. Yeah. Deviant Outcast. It took the entire freaking show. But I did it with the help of Soot. What, logged into YouTube? Oh, I don't know what's going on. All hell, Emperor Palpatine. Close.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I would say we go with Solomon route with the Tuvix situation. Saw him in half. That's a thought. You know, that's a way to go. Do you happen to have any more questions, Miss Ryan?
I do.
Okay.
Which series had the best costumes?
All right. Well, all right. So let's be more specific. Do you mean which series had the best Starfleet uniforms that I would prefer to wear?
We probably could separate that really.
Right. Yeah.
Costumes or
yeah.
Starfleet uniform. Because they're so
which
different.
one? Oh, either. Yeah. That's why I'm asking specific. Which one? I think if I had to go with it, I would like the Starfleet uniform that they use starting about season 3 of Deep Space Nine and going onward. And you might see a little bit of it at the end of Voyager, whenever they run into they go over to, and they're dealing with the people back on Earth. You'll see they have different uniforms that have a jacket, they zip up, and they're a lot more functional.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would go with those as a uniform. I think with costuming, as far as like overall costuming for the shows, oh my goodness, I would almost have to say it's either Discovery, because Discovery had some pretty cool costumes, or like if you wanted to say like one specific character who had the best dress, that would be Quark. In Deep Space Nine, he is fantastic. He always comes out dressed to the nines. Yeah, he always looks like it's a little. No, it's never black and white, but it always looks like a little tuxedo. It's got the waistcoat and all that. Quark is. Oh, Neelix. I have to say, Neelix dressed pretty good too.
I know he has some really cool clothes.
He did not dress like somebody who was a scavenger who never, whole thing there. Just kind of
right. Give me a break. Agreed.
Let's see. Caitlin Beyond, have you ever guys seen the Black Mirror episodes that are themed? I have not seen them yet, but me and the Evil One are going to watch them. Black Mirror has some that are themed that way. Have you guys seen the Orville? Anybody seen the Orville? And a thumbs up or thumbs down on the Orville? Star Trek has pyramids, has pajamas for uniforms. It was interesting. Yeah. Star Trek The Next Generation, the first season, the uniforms were most unfortunate. They didn't like them. They were uncomfortable. They itched. They rode up, if you know what I mean. They were bad. And then, of course, Patrick Stewart always had the thing of pulling his jacket down or his uniform top down. So they call that the Picard maneuver.
Oh.
He actually has a Picard maneuver named after him from a fight. You probably saw that where he fought a Ferengi guy a long time ago, some business. The Picard warp 0 to warp 10 and blah, blah, blah. But his real Picard maneuver is that jacket. And the Orville is very good. It's the first season. It's kind of a parody of Star Trek. The first season is really a little more rough humor. It's a little more lowbrow humor, really. Star Trek lowbrow humor. It kind of gets me, but they start taking themselves seriously, and it's a really, really good show. Fantastic show.
I'll have to check it out at some point on my list.
Yep. Fireman versus Atheist says, "Hey, I thought you guys were nice, and someone kicked me out. That wasn't very nice. I kicked you out. I asked you specifically to talk about sci-fi, and you just couldn't do it." And we're about to wrap up the show now, so I'm not going to waste my time kicking you out again. Did you ever even bother answering the question, which was your favorite Star Trek? Like, I give a shit what you think. But, I mean, what is it? What I say, his messenger reveals. Star Trek, the original series, had the best costumes for the scantily clad aliens. See, there you go. That's a very good point. Oh my Q, I like that. I didn't know that was your fiance, TV Talk. Yeah, oh my Q, I dig it. Oh my Q, I may have to steal that. Yeah, it was good stuff. Let me see. Suit. Okay, I think I got everything. Chris actually neglected the most glorious Star Trek uniform of all. Oh yeah, hook me up. What I miss? How dare you forget the scant? Oh, I forgot the scant. I did. The scant has been forgotten. I'm not homophobic or none of that. It was just ugly. Do you know what I'm talking about, Ryan?
I don't.
It's actually what it is. It's a skirt for men. It's a dress for men, and you see it in the first episode. Type scant, Star Trek scant in your thing, and you only see it a couple times. Once in the first episode of the Next Generation. SKANT, I think is how they spell it, and you'll see it. So. Yeah,
I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, Troy wears one a lot in the first season.
Yeah,
but also men wear it too.
Oh, that's cool. How did I not? It's been so long.
And again, I didn't mind the concept of men wearing equal stuff. It's just the men's look so bad. They could have. They should have done better. It could have looked better. They just didn't.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, that was a scant. That was, a lot of people did not like that. That was a thing.
Oh, I do remember Picard wearing it.
Oh yeah, he did have to wear one for some kind of special event.
His was different. It was a little bit more zhuzhed up.
Yeah, it was some kind of special event they had to go to there where they had to wear that kind of thing. Yeah. So, all right, guys, I'm going to read our super chats and then I'm going to go away. Let me go over here and find our super chats. I do want to thank you all for having fun with us today. Let me go here. I don't know why it stopped showing me the chat. And talking some sci-fi. Let me check our polls before we go. The one says, what do you think about Sci-Fi Friday? Do you like the idea? We're still running about 3/4 about the people say yes, they like Sci-Fi Friday. It closed up. 20% said it's not really their thing, but it's okay. And we still have just that one person who says no. They won't watch the show if it's sci-fi related. And that's okay. You remember how Abraham talked to God and said, if you can get just one person, or knocked him down to just 10, I'd do that. If you just one person who doesn't like sci-fi, we won't do it. And then I'm totally not going to look. We're just going to do it anyway.
It's a promise you're not going to keep.
I was being godlike. I'm a bad person. Let me check this out. Secular Feelingness, thank you for the $1. Secular Feelingness says, how did Picard find the Borg? With a Q-tip. Good morning, Chris, Ryan, and chat. Thank you, Dan D, for the $10 super chat. Very much. I appreciate you guys. You are all wonderful. Thank you. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, my friends. Sin safely. I'm going to run one of our funny little commercial things here before I go. Ryan, you have a wonderful day.
You too.
I'm going to run us our postmortem. Yes, check out Ryan here in our postmortem baptism kit, and then I'll say bye here in just a second.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love.
I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No!
Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved.
Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and That's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved ones' time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. All right, guys, you are so much fun. I thank you all for your time. Miss Ryan, I know you're still out there watching. Thank you for your time. You're such a wonderful co-host. I appreciate you. Bless you, my child. All you wonderful people out in the chat, except the fireman jackass. And you know what? His messenger reveals you too, guy. You too. You're cute. Have a great weekend. Send safely, my friends. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned.
Wait. Is there a live stream after Ember? Are you and the girls doing a coffee thing? I would love to promote that for you guys. There's a link. I'm gonna pin it if I can. Go over there and hang out with Ember and them for, I don't know what this is. I think it's Java and Jugs. Is it Java and Jugs or something? It's something cool. If Ember's hawking it, it's cool stuff. I'm gonna go replace pinned image. Thank you guys. For those who like this the end song, don't worry, I'll play the song. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan here to set the tone. Confession booths busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goats the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the goat